Today, I would like to talk about how we should truly view and understand a baseball player named Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is a two-way player, excelling in both pitching and hitting. He is a two-way athlete, whom even those who do not know baseball well are fully aware of, defying all conventional wisdom of the past. A single player fulfills two distinct roles as a top-tier Major League Baseball player. To achieve this on a continuous basis is something only Shohei Ohtani can do. In the entire world, it is fair to say that Shohei Ohtani is a player who combines a hitter who feels like a fusion of Ichiro and Barry Bonds with a powerhouse, hard-throwing pitcher. Major League Baseball is the absolute pinnacle of the sport, where the fiercest baseball warriors from all over the world gather. Therefore, looking at each individual position, there are certainly players who surpass Ohtani, purely as a hitter or purely as a pitcher. However, for those players, mastering just one single position is already the absolute limit. Ohtani's true greatness lies in the fact that he plays both roles: an elite powerhouse hitter and a hard-throwing pitcher, and delivers world-class results in both. Furthermore, his greatness comes from his ability to sustain that high level of performance continuously. In the year 2024, he even recorded 59 stolen bases, showcasing his incredible dimension as an elite speedster. When I witnessed his monumental records of 54 home runs and 59 stolen bases during the 2024 season, I remember realizing once again that Shohei Ohtani is a player who can constantly deliver two different things at the absolute top level simultaneously. While his primary characteristic and his ultimate lifeline as a player is undoubtedly his role as a two-way player, he constantly plays two roles. Whether it is a powerhouse hitter and a pitcher, or a powerhouse hitter and an elite speedster, and utterly captivates fans all across the globe. Despite being such an incredible two-way player, during this current season, he experienced a prolonged batting slump as a hitter that we had never seen from him before. As a massive Ohtani enthusiast myself, even I naturally became deeply worried. What on earth happened to him? Is he suffering from an injury somewhere? Deep down, I was incredibly concerned. On this channel, while I continued to make strong and confident comments, asserting that Shohei Ohtani would absolutely bounce back, as someone who has watched him for a very long time, his long-term batting slump was unprecedented, and it genuinely worried me. However, as if to completely blow away those anxieties, he has gradually emerged as a brand new Shohei Ohtani. He re-examined his own hitting mechanics, and recently, he has been recording hits consistently, showing us extra base hits and, at times, home runs. Compared to the periods in the past, when Shohei Ohtani was hitting home runs in massive quantities, some people might still find his current production a bit unsatisfactory. But there is absolutely no need to worry. His home run surge is about to begin. Step by step, the launch angle of his hits is starting to rise. We are seeing beautiful ball trajectories much more frequently now. In terms of probability, there are still moments where he chops down on the top half of the ball thrown by the pitcher, causing forward spin on the ball. Nevertheless, compared to the time of his prolonged slump, his condition has become incomparably better. It is only a matter of time before he dominates even more than before as a hitter. However, as he recovers from this long-term slump, I really want you to pay close attention to Shohei Ohtani's batting form, because his hitting style has clearly changed. In particular, the way he applies physical power inside the batter's box is entirely different from before. He has a completely relaxed, effortless stance. It is so devoid of unnecessary tension that it looks just like someone holding an umbrella on a rainy day, casually waiting for a bus at a bus stop. I have personally named this the detention hitting method. In short, he stands in the batter's box without any unnecessary force, giving himself mental composure. This allows him to calmly judge the pitcher's deliveries and unleash his swing only at the pitches he can absolutely capitalize on. Although there are still areas that need adjustment, this is a highly positive experiment. Compared to his prolonged slump period, his number of strikeouts has noticeably decreased. He is tracking the ball exceptionally well and swinging precisely at pitches he can turn into hits. Even when he finds himself in a 2-strike count, he is now able to adjust by swinging sharply and fluidly without tension to handle the pitch. He no longer aggressively cuts at every single ball. Instead, just like Barry Bonds, he swings hard only at sweet, mistakes pitches. And when dealing with difficult pitches, he takes away the unnecessary force and attempts to adjust with an Ichiro-like hitting style. This is Shohei Ohtani's brand new batting style, and it is finally taking clear shape right now. I believe this approach directly explains why his hits and extra base hits have been increasing lately. I truly hope he keeps improving his hitting condition in this manner, and I highly anticipate a return to his classic consecutive home run streaks. However, unless he perfectly predicts the pitcher's delivery and sits on a specific pitch, we probably should not expect the same massive home run distances that we used to see. To generate extreme distance on a home run, a batter must unleash a massive full swing in the box. However, doing so introduces unnecessary physical tension, which increases the probability of swinging and missing, and causes the batter to chase balls outside the strike zone. If that happens, it will lead right back to another batting slump, resulting in nothing but negative consequences. The absolute best approach for him right now is to continue experimenting with this effortless hitting style, while punishing mistake pitches over the wall. Therefore, home runs hit with this relaxed swing will likely tend to be line drives that just barely clear the outfield fence. But in the sport of baseball, the number of runs scored does not change based on the distance of a home run. As long as the ball struck by the hitter clears the outfield wall, it is a home run. There is no reason to obsess over the distance. Instead, it is far more intelligent to perfect the contact rate, to consistently hit what the pitcher throws, turning mistake pitches into home runs, while increasing the probability of drawing walks or getting hits off difficult pitches. This effortless hitting style is Shohei Ohtani's new signature method. If he can consistently produce hits, extra base hits, walks, and home runs using this approach, I believe the current Shohei Ohtani will achieve success that completely eclipses his past self. Let us look forward to it. Next, let us shift our focus to Shohei Ohtani as a pitcher. When he takes the mound as a starting pitcher, the Dodgers, considering his physical condition and the heavy toll on his body, experimented a few times with having him play exclusively as a pitcher for those games. Initially, I also thought that reducing the physical burden on his body was a positive thing for Shohei Ohtani. However, as I mentioned in my previous broadcast, being a two-way player is the absolute lifeline for Shohei Ohtani. If he only does one or the other, he becomes just an ordinary player. He plays two positions, and he maintains elite, top-tier MLB results in both of those positions. That is his fundamental playing style, and I view that as his true value as a baseball player. When Ohtani was trapped in that prolonged batting slump, Manager Dave Roberts judged that he needed rest and gave him a day off. It is true that Ohtani's performance improved after that day of rest. Dave Roberts interprets it as the day off proving highly effective. However, Ohtani himself commented that he had already figured out the adjustments to fix his hitting right before taking that day off. In fact, he was already performing well as a hitter just before that rest day. So it is hard to believe that his body was under so much stress that he desperately required a day off. My own interpretation is that Shohei Ohtani's prolonged batting slump was actually caused by brain fatigue. It was not physical exhaustion, but mental and cognitive fatigue. Because of this, his strike zone judgment declined. His timing against the pitcher's delivery slowed down, and he could no longer barrel up the ball properly, resulting in a state where he couldn't get hits, let alone home runs. This is my interpretation. Yet, during that exact same period of his prolonged batting slump, he had been delivering pitching performances on the mound with an earned run average well below 1.00, right from the start of the season. Could a player who is physically exhausted maintain an ERA under 1.00 from opening day? When you think about it logically, I concluded that Ohtani's batting slump was not a matter of physical fatigue, but rather psychological and brain fatigue. He started his career in Nippon professional baseball as a two-way player, and he has excelled as a two-way player ever since. He understands how to condition his body for two-way play better than anyone else in the world. Furthermore, his entire identity as an athlete is built on this two-way playing style. Forcing him to focus on only one side is equivalent to intentionally stripping away one of his greatest strengths, which is highly undesirable. If Shohei Ohtani desires it, I strongly hope the Dodgers will allow him to consistently enter games as a true two-way player. Granted, if there is a serious risk of injury, he would have no choice but to give up two-way play. However, as long as he is healthy and highly motivated, I deeply desire to see him utilized as a two-way weapon. By doing so, Shohei Ohtani's authentic playing style can be fully realized, and the probability of us witnessing him dominate on both sides of the ball will naturally skyrocket. From a team strategy standpoint, I want them to move forward with that exact policy. Furthermore, looking at it from the business and corporate perspective of the Dodgers organization, having Shohei Ohtani play as a two-way star ensures that fans in Japan, as well as fans across the globe, will pay immense attention to Dodgers games. Shohei Ohtani's two-way status holds that exact level of monumental brand value. While I understand and accept that resting Ohtani can be a sound strategic move, and acknowledge that he will inevitably need more rest as he grows older, there is absolutely no need for it at this current stage. Moreover, Japanese fans place an incredibly high importance on whether Shohei Ohtani is playing as a two-way player or not. Being able to see Shohei Ohtani's presence in both the top and bottom of every inning represents a truly special time for Japanese fans. Moving forward, the Japanese market will become vital for the business operations of Major League Baseball and the Dodgers organization. They absolutely need to cater to what Japanese fans desire. A key characteristic of Japanese sports fans is that they do not typically start by rooting for a team itself. Instead, they fiercely support an individual player first. Then, through that player, they begin to support the team to which he belongs. That is how they naturally enjoy baseball. It is precisely because Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki are on the roster that vast numbers of Japanese fans eagerly tune in to watch and cheer for the Dodgers every single game. In the future, as Ohtani ages and requires significantly more rest, acquiring another elite Japanese powerhouse hitter will become an absolute necessity for the Dodgers. However, right now, Shohei Ohtani is still full of energy, perfectly healthy, and possesses the absolute potential to dominate as a two-way force. If that is the case, allowing him to frequently showcase his ultimate lifeline, his two-way play will be highly beneficial for the Dodgers' business strategy, and it will serve as a massive spark to energize the entire team. Ultimately, Shohei Ohtani possesses an absolute, overwhelming presence, both as a baseball asset and as a core business strategy. Just like his days with the Angels, where we could naturally enjoy his two-way masterclass every single time he took the mound. I truly hope that exact standard becomes fully established here with the Dodgers. That is all for today. Thank you very much.